Can I interest you in a cozy game that is absolutely in bed with big oil and low-key anti-Lorax propaganda? Welcome to the last gas station. What a beautiful day to sell fossil fuels and poison the environment. The Lorax would be pissed, but I'm happy. The lore of the game is you got this gas station from the old owner, who mysteriously disappeared. It could have been Bigfoot. It could have been the Loch Ness Monster. It could have been UFOs. It could have been all three. It could have been none of them. And how you interact with these tall tales affects which ending you get. Now, like most games, this does appeal to the male fantasy. Men only want one thing. It's not money. It's not power. It's $1.74 for a gallon of gas. No, not that one. The other fantasy. It's to fix up a small little mart behind a mountain in the middle of nowhere and hopefully make enough money to get by. There's the one. Now, as you're managing your store, you do have all the joys of customer service. From dumbass questions, where can I find the Cloven Peak Mountain? The mountain? Where can I find the mountain? Oh, you're looking for the mountain? That one. That mountain? The most unhinged comments you've ever heard in your life. He fell off a barn roof when he was a kid and has believed in all sorts of tall tales since. Oh, so he's got CTE. Do some of the most ignorant shit I've ever seen. If I sell you a candy bar, I watch you open it up and throw the wrapper on the floor and walk out, I'm sending you to meet God. I'm sorry, you're getting an express one-way ticket. Now, this game did awaken some core memories of my youth because I spent a lot of my time working in retail stores similar to this one. And it's those, how is this even real, interactions you have with customers that really make your day good. This dude's checking out with a fire extinguisher and a bottle of water just in case the fire extinguisher isn't good enough. I'm out here selling Zens to a dude in a leather vest, open carrying a machete. Dreams do come true. Why is the lady with the oxygen tank coming in here buying cigarettes? That might be the reason you need the oxygen tank, like not to be in your business. The gameplay loop is pretty similar to any shop simulator. You want to make sure you have enough merchandise to sell to your customers. And if you're like me, who was looking to min-max everything, the answer is actually gas. But you don't have to min-max because there's not really like rent and stuff like that you have to keep on top of. So in theory, if you only wanted to sell gum in your gas station, you could do that and beat the game selling only gum. Now, while you are in the shop, it's important that you do shop things, like ring up customers, check them out, and things like that. And I'm not going to say it's an infinite money glitch because it's limited, but it is still a money glitch. So if I miscount their change, they tip higher. Right, I gave this guy an extra 11 cents and he tipped me $4. I think mathematically speaking, it's worthwhile for me to give them extra. We're gonna try this again. We're gonna give him 6 cents too much. And he tipped $4. Yeah, mathematically speaking, it's just best to give them money because then they'll give you more money. Now, I am a little confused as to where this game takes place because the customers are not allowed to pump their own gas, which leads me to think it's one of the few states in America. However, it's done in liters, which are not freedom units, so I'm kind of confused. Part of me thinks Oregon because I don't think you're allowed to pump your own gas there, and with the amount of like Bigfoot sightings and UFOs and things like that happen around like Portland, that's what I would assume, but it's up in the air. Now, it is possible to run out of money and not have enough merchandise to sell. The way the game kind of prevents that is by doing the auto shop. The auto shop, people come in and it costs you nothing, but you get some kind of revenue off of it. That's not the only way to get revenue though. There are other streams that I don't necessarily agree with from a political standpoint. Do we make money from having a toilet? Imagine you walk into a gas station and you gotta pay to shit. I'd shit on the floor. As you progress through the game, you find tape recorders. These are like diary entries of the previous owner. Each entry is labeled by day, and the further along you progress in the days, the more and more interesting they get. Without a properly conducted drug, psychiatric, and cognitive assessment, eyewitness testimony cannot be accepted as factual evidence. He's accusing everyone in this town of being a tweaker. The way that the townsfolk interact with these legends is really just a treat. The guy with the knife was hanging around here last night. Maybe that's who it is. Yeah, don't go near the dude with the knife. Great, I'm way ahead of you. A lot of things. You know, for example, it has no bottom. That's right. There's just like a bottomless lake. It just keeps on going. Where does it go? I don't know. But she swears it really is the reoccurring characters that make this game special. For example, that lady will always have a scuba tank with her because she's worried that the lake will grab her and pull her in, even if she's on dry land. Whoa, that's a big knife. Me before I get robbed. What? I'm talking about the knife on your belt. Definitely me before I get robbed. So closing thoughts on the game. I definitely enjoyed it. I think this is like actually a pretty sick game. It hits that sweet spot of, oh, it's good second monitor kind of style. However, it's not so brainless that you don't have to pay attention to it. There can be a lot of stuff happening at once. You know, like, oh, we have 2 people at the gas pump. We got someone in the repair shop. We're critically low on certain supplies. You need to get, you know, but it's nothing actually seems to matter, right? Like, you see this guy at the gas pump, he's waiting at the gas pump. He ain't going anywhere. You know how I know he's not going anywhere? He doesn't have any gas. Where's he gonna go? I definitely recommend the game. If you like these kind of cozy shop building kind of games, I definitely recommend it for you. Definitely give it a check out. If you would like to see some actual gameplay, I do have some gameplay on my VOD channel, link down below. Thank you so much for watching. As always, GG, go next.